Welcome everybody to episode something or other 6, 5. We're on 5, 10. Jazz Hands. We're on episode Jazz Hands of Daggerheart, the Broken Spine. I hope you're all, yay! It's a party over at Maggie's house. And the wind is coming up where Lauren's at. So let's do a round of hellos and who we are, and then we'll dive into it. I'm just going to start this time so that I don't have to come back around to myself. I'm Jeremy. This is my channel, and you can find me on the interwebs at WH Pubs on all of those socials. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Jason.
Hi. Hello. I'm Jason. You can catch me here playing games or on my Twitch channel at Glassjaws.
Yay.
And I'll popcorn it over to Lauren.
I'm Lauren. You can find me here if it's on Twitch, probably, maybe on Carly's channel, or on Instagram at Lauren's Open World. So.
And who are you passing it to?
Oh, right. Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie. We just had a party at my place. I don't know how to turn off the things on my computer.
But they're so fun.
I know. But you can find me at Maggie_the_author on Instagram, or doing fun things in the film and music world. So yeah, and then I will popcorn it over to Ed.
Hey, I'm Ed. I stream occasionally as Neuromaster on Twitch. This evening I'm playing Jim, the Seraph, and really looking forward to getting into it.
I guess that just leaves me.
I guess it does.
Hi, guys. Hi. I'm Carly.
Hi, Carly.
Play games. I play games. Here and other places sometimes. But yeah. And well, we have an interesting session for you, given where we last left off. Does anybody remember where we last left off? Huh? Anybody remember? Remember what happened last time?
Oh yeah, we got attacked by a ghost for a rental property.
There were puppies and rainbows.
We were accosted by Lord Stinky Mist, and then we were creeping up on some folks.
Yes, at the end of last session, you guys were creeping up, or trying to creep up on a group of bandits, maybe? You'd been following a bunch of tracks of people. And when we ended the last session, you guys were all, you had noticed some movement on the edge of your periphery, just at the edge of the mist, because you only have about close range of visuals. And yeah, you guys had just noticed some movement along the edge of your periphery, and that is where we ended last time. So, is there anything you would like to do? Jeremy, did you have a question?
Was that where the split was in the tracks, or did we go one direction?
No, you guys had gone. You guys had gone
for...
and followed the majority of the tracks, not the couple that split off. And you have been sneaking through the village and have just now come upon your first sign of movement, just on the edge of your vision in the mist.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Jason, did you say something?
Yeah, Court whispers to everybody.
Okay.
Do we try to take them, or do we check to see if they are who we were looking for?
Where would we take them?
We didn't understand.
Where would we take them?
No.
Take them,
Stab them.
in a fight.
Oh.
Jim can't roll his eyes, and that bothers him intensely right now.
That should be a candle smell. The Memory of Rolling My Eyes by Jim.
Oh.
So it's blank.
I would like to get a little closer before we just go in swinging to see what the layout is.
We could sneak up on them and go see.
I think that would be a good idea.
So you guys
I'm
gonna
concerned
try
about
and
you getting
sneak up?
hurt.
Are you guys gonna try and sneak up as a group, or are you just sending one person up, or what are you trying to do? You just see movement on the edge of your periphery. You're not sure how many people or what there is up there, other than that there is some movement.
Quarter
Where's-
point to the south. We can go.
What does the compass say? Is
Tell me
that
the compass.
them? Or is it like that way? Or is it moving?
Take a look.
The compass is pointing like it's not moving, so it's obviously not on one of the things of movement that you see, but it is pointing like in that direction.
Okay.
Let's send Cord as a scout. I think that's a good idea.
19.
Court will start trying to sneak up.
I am gonna go before you leave. I'm going to take the rune ward off of Chris and hand it to Court.
Is it shiny?
Kind of, yeah.
We like.
Please be careful, buddy.
We will.
All right. So are you just trying to sneak up, or are
Yeah,
you going to use your hidden ability, or what are you trying to
Sadly, I can't use the hidden because if I move, it breaks on that.
do? Mm-hmm.
But,
Okay.
I will spend a stress and cast invisibility on myself just to add an extra layer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might take me a couple attempts the way my dice rolls, but... So it succeeds with fear.
Yeah. So you manage to, I will take that fear. Yeah, you start sneaking up. I will need a finesse roll from you at advantage because you are invisible as you start moving towards where the movement is coming from.
17 hope.
Okay. You start creeping up, like kind of low to the ground, trying to blend in with the fog, and you get closer, and you can start seeing figures appearing. They look to be dressed just like similar to the bandits you had encountered earlier this day. Just kind of walking back and forth. You see about a group of 4 of them that are just kind of walking back and forth in this area.
Like their own guard?
Yes.
Okay.
They are in an open area. They're not like inside one of the ruined buildings or anything. They're just kind of walking back and forth. If you want to try and get past them to where the compass is pointing, that would be another stealth check, and it will be a higher DC.
Are they talking or anything at the moment?
Not at the moment. These ones are not. If you want to see if anybody's talking from where you're at right now, I will need an instinct.
Okay. And that would be a crit.
Woo!
Awesome. Clear a stress. Take a hope. You hear some murmuring like past them, in the direction that the compass is pointing, and it nobody's really saying anything specific. It's just kind of like, general kind of like camp talk. There's nothing really important happening. It's just mumbles and murmurs about Ugh, it's so gross out here. What's with all the fog? Why do we have to be here? Just kind of your typical moaning and groaning.
Okay. Awesome. I will sneak back to the party then. Or attempt to.
Sure, yeah. Give me another finesse roll.
I'll spend a
please.
hope to be in the weeds. Just in case.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. 9, 11. Well, it is hope. 9. Jeez. 14.
Yeah. Well, you come back and nobody seems to notice you, or at least there's no alarm bells raised or anything of that nature. And you make it back to your group.
Well, since I'm still invisible, I'll come up behind Knots and goose her real quick to break it.
Go ahead. Easily enough.
Like, I need to save or something like that to not scream.
Yeah, give me a fate roll. So just roll your fear dice and tell me what you get.
That's a 6.
You give a little but not like a full scream. You manage to like swallow most of it.
Tristan's hand immediately comes and, because of sheer size, just covers the entirety of Not's face and is like, now is not the time.
I'm like kicking my foot, even though you're like holding me. I'm like kicking my foot at Court.
Just,
I don't understand why you're so loud.
oh.
What did you find?
We saw 4 up there. They look to be on guard. Just kind of keeping an eye out. They weren't really talking about much, but from what I heard, it sounded like they've been there for a while, and they were not very happy to be in this fog. We don't think that's the people we're looking for.
Did you get eyes on the camp? Or just the guards?
We only saw 4 up there.
Did you recognize any of them from our fight?
We didn't.
Hmm.
They were dressed the same or similar, but no, we don't think that's like uniforms or anything.
If it's just 4, I feel like we can take them. I don't expect a lot of innocent bystanders wandering around here in the fog.
Definitely not.
We agree.
Well, we have the advantage right now. They don't know we're here.
Cord will reluctantly give back the symbol to Triss.
Grace, do you want this back?
No, it's okay. I would like someone who's more front line to keep it on them. But I would like to see if I can sense any magical people or objects around me.
Yeah. So you're talking about your ability?
My arcane sense, which is a class feature.
Yeah. You don't sense anything close to you that's magical. You can, if you want to, give me a spellcast roll to see if you can sense anything further away.
Copy that. I critted!
Nice.
Hey!
Okay, you can clear a stress and gain a hope. You do sense a couple presences of magic within far distance of you, off to the left a little bit off to the right, and not like directly, just kind of like vaguely left and right. And one presence directly where the compass is pointing.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone that. Just be like, all right, there's presences vaguely to the left and right, and then one where the compass is pointing us to. So be wary of magical presences. I can tell that they're people and not objects, right?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Your ability doesn't allow you to distinguish between them. You just know that there is magic there.
There's magic everywhere.
Is it like the angry ghost?
With my crit, would I be able to tell that?
No, it's not of the same vibe as the ghost is.
I don't get that feeling.
Good. We didn't want to see him again anyway.
No, we do not.
At the very least, not until we've rested. But
So what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna stay in the back because I'm far range now.
let's move while we still have the advantage.
Yeah, so you would know that the guards, you can see the shifting like figures within close range of you because that's where the fog goes away. So you know, Grace, that they would be within your range. You would not need to move up with the group if you did not want to. However, who is going to move up, and what are you guys trying to do? What do you want to do in this moment? Like, paint the picture for me so I can figure out what roles you guys need to make.
We want to ambush them?
Yes, that's at least what I'm trying to do. Is definitely like sneak through the fog.
Well, you would know that you're within close range, so you could just run up and smack.
Cool. All right.
If you wanted to. So, but I would like to hear what everybody wants to do in this moment. So I imagine, Triss, you're just gonna bum rush and smack?
A quiet bum rush.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying you're yelling, but you're just running up and smacking.
Jim is eager to get off the chain, so I think the moment that he sees like Triss on board, he's probably going to be moving at the same time as she is, probably looking for his own target.
I was gonna ask, are we heading towards?
Sorry, I just realized that was nuts. Are we heading towards different targets then? Is that the plan? Try and hit them all at once?
I think so. At least like our frontliners are.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a bow, so you know you could reach them from where you are now. You would not need to run up Nox.
But then I'd have to take a stress to put my dagger back in my hand, so...
But you're not in combat yet.
But we will be. And if I need my dagger, hitting someone with the bow is not, like, thwacking them with the bow.
No, okay. I don't know if we've clarified this, but there is no, like, downside to using a ranged weapon in melee. So, like, you could just, like, whack them with the bow. Like, in D&D, it's disadvantaged to hit. There's no, like, built-in mechanic for that. Like, if your range is far, you can use it far, close, very close.
Good
melee.
to know. Okay. But I can't see them.
It would just...
Right.
They're in close. You can see them moving. The four guards. They're, like, on the edge of your vision. It would just be like you would flavor it as you hit them with the bow instead of, like, the arrow, or you just pull out an arrow and stab them with the arrow as if it was a dagger. Like, you just flavor it.
I'm going to stay where I am.
Melee shoot them.
Right? I'm going to stay where I am and shoot number 2 when they get into melee.
Okay. Let me see if I can...
Kitty!
Okay. Yeah. So, Yeah, so there's 4 targets. There are 2 that are like right next to each other, and there's other ones that are like very close range apart, like as they're moving. So yes, if you want to hit one of the
From
ones
left
in
to
the
right,
middle,
well, number 2. I rolled
from left to
randomly
right,
for
number
it.
2. Okay, great. Grace, who would you like to target if you're targeting someone?
No one's being. I can't remember if if people are being targeted on the left side or on the right side.
Yes. So it goes left. There's a person. Then, like very close away, there's another person to the right.
What I'm asking are Triss and Court targeting people on the left, or are they targeting people on the right? I can't remember.
They haven't said yet. They just said they're bum rushing.
Okay.
So that we're still figuring out the targeting situation. I just asked you next.
I want to target people that are far away from me, because I know that they're not as likely to reach them in time. I know Triss has a farther reach than everyone else, but like
you can't see anyone within far range. You can only see these 4 people on the edge of your region within close range. So pick a person. 1 is to the very left, 2, and then 3 and 4 are right next to each other on the right.
I'll pick 1.
Great. Triss, who would you like to target?
I'll do 3. We could bum rush 3 and 4 since they're right next to each other.
Great. Court, are you riding on Triss?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you going to target?
I'm going to help kill whoever big friend attacks.
Okay.
So
Number 3. Got it. And Jim, who are you going to target?
1 or 2.
Great. Tell me which one you want.
2.
Great. Yeah. So you guys can all do this at the same time as you are ambushing them. So we'll just start with the person that's targeting number 1. So Grace, roll me your attack roll, and let me know what you get. But everybody can roll their attack rolls right now, so I can go along. But we're just gonna go through. And you can have advantage as well.
Well, I critted again with 2 different dice.
So clear a stress and gain a hope.
Does anybody need hope? Because I'm full.
You can't give hope to.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Can't do that. You're not allowed.
Well. So I critted.
Yeah, that hits. So what did you roll?
I rolled 18. Plus 2, 20.
What dice? What number of dice did you roll? Because you have to add the full measure of dice with a crit on top of it. Or did you already do that?
I rolled a natural 18. Plus 2, 20.
I don't know. What dice did you roll?
Yeah, did you roll like
the number
2d10?
of dice? Because crit, you get the max number of dice and whatever you rolled. So, what dice did you roll?
For damage?
Yeah, what dice did you roll? I don't know what you're using, so
I'm using
what
D10.
dice did you roll?
That's what was confusing me.
And you rolled 2d10? Did you roll 2d10s? Is that what you're saying? You rolled 2d10s.
No, because I hadn't rolled damage yet.
No, roll damage. That's what I said. I wasn't asking you critted. I don't care what number you got. I asked you to roll damage. That's what I was asking about.
Okay, so I rolled 12 for damage.
Yes, but what dice
on
did
D10s?
You roll?
On D10,
How
2
many?
D10s.
Okay, so you get 20 plus 12. 32. That's why I was asking what dice you rolled. I didn't know what you were using. You didn't tell me if you were using Bonded Staff or Unleash Chaos. Both are far range.
I'm using Unleash Chaos.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. You do 32 damage. This guy, how do you kill this guy?
My snakes, I put my arm out and the snakes just fly out and I don't mean to, but they just attack a lot harder than they normally do, because I want to get this over with, and I'm kind of terrified about what this ghost guy is able to do, and I'm not sure if these guys have the same capabilities as the ghost guy. So
Absolutely. Okay. People that are targeting number 2, which is Kavoon and Jim?
Knots and
What did you
Jim.
guys roll? Yeah, sorry, Knots and Jim. What did you guys roll?
17 with hope.
Hits.
And 22 with fear.
Also hits. So roll your damage.
So that would be a 18 points of magical damage for Jim.
And five points of not magical damage from Knots. Tis
Kill
but a
this
flesh
guy.
wound.
Tell me how you guys kill him.
I feel like most of the damage is done by whatever it is that Jim does, and then my arrow just happens to like pass in a way that finishes it off.
I'm imagining that sort of Jim comes creeping in from the fog. He's got the magical power around each of his hands, and he just pummels this guy left and then right and then left and then right again, and he's just stunned, standing there battered and bruised as Knott's arrow comes in and like just hits him square in the head.
And he just falls to the ground, dead. Just blood, face bruised up, eye like fully closed, broken nose, all of it just down to the ground. Court and Triss, you guys are both attacking number 3.
Ma'am,
What'd you roll?
I've got 22 with hope.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend the hope as well to do sneak attack.
Yeah, go for it. Just make sure you are supposed to declare it beforehand, because you could potentially lose it if you don't hit. But I will allow it on this
Roger that.
instance. And Triss?
I got 16 with hope.
Hit. They both hit. Roll your damage, and let me know if you want to do your whirlwind, because there's a person right there next to them.
Absolutely.
Great.
Go ahead, Triss. You can do yours first.
That is, I think, math 11. So the whirlwind takes 5.
Okay.
I think.
And how much did you do, Court?
I did 12.
So, explain to me what it looks like as you come into this third person while Court kind of jumps out from behind you with his little daggers and slide through and kill both of these people.
Wait, both of them? That was only 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel kind of bad.
You guys did way overkill, but,
I mean, Triss has just got an axe. You cut people in half with an axe, especially when you're this big.
Fair. Yeah, so all 4 of these guards are dead. However, that's my turn to act, and I'm gonna.
Right. Can I do a reaction real quick, since this guy just died?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do your reaction.
Gonna spend 2 hope, and as my guy's jumping down to kill him, he absorbs some of his flesh out of him, desiccating the corpse to heal one.
I'm gonna
Or
move
half the
you
corpse, I guess,
guys.
because the axe took the other half.
I'm going to move you guys onto a map.
Oh.
So, you guys pounced on these guards that were out there, which was a trap
No. What?
Oh no.
for all of you. So you guys have all fully revealed yourselves to a bunch of hidden enemies. And since one of you rolled with fear, I get to use my 5 tokens plus any other ones that I want to activate.
Darn that
Right
person.
So
I wonder who it could have been.
I wonder.
I wonder. Okay, let's do it. So, this guy rushes out to Jim and is going to make an attack on you at advantage because they were hidden beforehand. It's a natural 20. There's no critting in this game. There's a natural 20 to hit. Well, no critting for me, obviously. So you are now restrained and vulnerable as this guy comes up and just like grapples you down. You have to make a strength check of 12 to get out, or if they take major damage or higher. So you are restrained and vulnerable by this guy. These... Yeah.
I'm just imagining someone coming up to the robo-ape and grabbing his leg.
These 3 all circle Jim, and I'm spending a fear to make a group action roll. So I roll once, and then I get to put all of their damage together.
Guys, I think maybe we should have long rested before this.
Does a 13 hit Jim?
Yeah, so 13 hits.
Okay, so it's going to be 9 physical damage.
Right.
These 3 guys come circle you.
That is in the minor threshold, so I will mark 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm. And then a blast of magic comes out at you, Jim, at advantage from your like southeast direction. Where's my? Does an 11 hit?
It does.
That is going to be 2 points of magic damage.
All right, and let's see, I will spend an armor slot to. Well, actually, if I reduce that down to nothing, do I take a stress or do I just take nothing?
You take nothing.
So I'll spend an armor slot there. So my breastplate's going to take the brunt of that blast. Or leather armor, actually, I'm wearing now, aren't I?
Yes, absolutely. Now I'm going to spend some fear to activate some more enemies. So another blast of magic comes out at you, Jim. From behind where that first one came from. Does a 10 hit?
It does.
Okay, you are now cursed, which means that any rolls you make with hope, they can mark a stress to make it with fear instead. Okay, and then
That
Carly,
came from down down here as well?
What?
That came from down the southeast here as well?
It came from behind the first blast of magic. In the same general direction, though. Yes. What, you had a question?
Carly, while you're rolling around in your power mongering over there, can you also say who made this map?
Oh, Chepaku!
Awesome, thank
Chepaku
you.
made this map. Yeah. Thanks for the great map, Chepaku. Yeah. Because I activated some more. So, these guys come out behind Jim and do some smacks on Jim as well. The first one is a 16, and the second one is a 10.
Those are both good
both
enough.
of those hit, and I get to do... That is 7 from the first, 7 physical damage from the first attack. And 13 physical damage from the second attack.
Okay. I will I'll use one of my prayer dice to reduce that 13 down to a 9. And then I'll
absolutely.
that and the
If
7.
you want some help, I'm close enough to take a blow too, I think.
Yeah. So I'm marking 2 more hit points here. I have 4 hit points marked at the moment.
All right. Next hit you gets on me.
Okay, yeah. And then these two guys come out and go at Grace. The first one is a 17 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and the second one's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, surprisingly, that one doesn't hit.
11 points of physical damage on the first attack, and 4 points of physical damage on the second attack.
Okay. I am... Okay. So my evasion is 9, so... Or, sorry, no. Not what I meant. I'm gonna use my armor slot for the first attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark 2 slots for that, but I'm gonna have to use an HP slot for the next one. And Grace is looking a little rough.
Okay, and then one more comes out and comes down and attacks Not. That is a 14 to hit.
That's...
And remember, you do have your evasion score bonus currently from your tracker ability.
Oh, thank you. It still would hit because that puts me at 14. I am going to have you re-roll that.
Okay.
With danger sense.
Yeah, misses.
Excellent. That's the first time that's worked as intended.
And just so you guys know, you guys cannot see all of the people on the battlefield currently. All the ones that came out and attacked, you can see. And you know that magic came from the south, like eastern direction down here, but you cannot see anybody down here because it's out of sight from your bubble. Yeah, and then and then the 3 that are in the middle can see like light and some figures down in this direction over here. But that is back to you.
Jim, if you have enough hope to do a combo move, this could be a good meet your maker.
Oh, I like it.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to need your help to make it out of this one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'll move to be close enough that I can potentially whirlwind everybody that's surrounding Jim.
Carly, can you remind me how we each spend hope, or do I spend who's spending that to do our tag?
One person has to spend 3 hope to initiate the tag team roll.
Okay.
I currently only have 2, so that's enough to do a whirlwind on my end. But you need to activate it.
I have 5, so I can go down to 2 to initiate it.
Yeah, so both of you roll your duality dice. And let me know what you get. You guys get to choose which one you want to use. And then let me know if there's any abilities or things that you're using, because you do have to tell me what you're using before you roll, unless it specifically says that you don't have to.
Sorry, what are you getting at there? I didn't quite follow.
You need to tell me if you're using one of your abilities like Bolt Beacon, or if you're using your Arcane Gauntlets or Sneak Attack, unless it specifically says you can choose after the roll. You have to tell me what you're using before you roll. You can't decide, oh, I got a crit, I'm going to use my super powerful thing instead of my regular thing.
Oh, no. In this case, I think I'm just doing a regular attack with my Arcane Gauntlets.
Perfect. So yeah, roll your duality dice and let me know what you guys get.
Right, and that would be a 21 with hope, or a 26 if I get to add my strength. Sorry, 23 or a 26 if I get to add my strength.
Yeah, you get to add your strength because you get to add whatever your ability score is that you're attacking with.
So 26 for me then.
That's better than mine. I've got a 14.
Okay, so Jim can take a help, and you guys are gonna roll your damage. And if you want to do whirlwind now, you can spend your hope. I think it is to do whirlwind.
Yeah, it's 1 hope per whirlwind, and absolutely.
And then roll your damage dice.
Jim rolls 16 damage, and I'm also going to use my second wind ability here. This is something I can use when I make a successful strike on an enemy. So I'm going to clear 1 hit point, and because I succeeded on hope, I can also clear 3 stress or a hit point of an ally within close range. Chris, that's you.
So you can clear 3 stress or 1 hit point, your choice. Let me know what you're choosing.
Hit point, because I only have 1 stress.
Perfect. So 16 damage for Jim. What did you roll?
I also got 16 damage.
Okay, so 32 damage, 16 to the rest. These 3 guys are dead. You just slice through all of them. Let's see my... Yeah, these guys are dead too. This guy is not. So you are still restrained and vulnerable, Jim.
Got it.
Am I able to help him get unrestrained, or do we just have to annihilate the dude that's got the restraint on him?
Yeah, you have to do. You almost broke him out of it with that attack, but you had to do a little bit more damage to break him out of the restraint.
Oh, I bet Court could finish him off. Court, come in for the assist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Court is going to wander over. Why are you hugging little big friend? We don't like that.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to try to stab him in the back with, let's add 4 extra sneak attack dice to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Spend that hope.
Yep.
Roll that dice.
Well, that sucked. Looks like 12 fear.
I'd like to
12?
use my reassurance here. So you just attempted an action roll, but I'd like to just cheer you on and just say, Court, tear this guy to pieces, so you can re-roll your dice.
That's good. That would make it a 21 fear instead.
I'm not going to take the fear. I'm going to take an action, but you can roll your damage.
Okay. 31 points of damage.
Yes. Jim is unrestrained, but this guy is still hanging on.
How?
Cause he's a beefy dude.
He is.
How are you still hanging on? Jim just got destroyed by a bunch of people. I can have enemies that do that too.
No.
I'm
That's
allowed.
not how this game works.
I'm allowed, okay?
You can drop
yeah.
a planet on someone. They're still only going to take 3 hit points of damage.
Well, 4 at the most. That's if you get double the severe. Yeah, he's barely hanging on, but it is my turn. So there is some magic that comes out from the southwest, but it doesn't seem to be targeting you guys. Seems to be targeting the big guy. That is in front of you, and he looks a little better now.
Oh. I was like, allies? Okay. Never mind.
No.
Oh, he looks a little better now. And as he looks a little better, he is going to scooch back, make a retreat back. You see him move into some ruins of some buildings. It is back to you guys. Grace, you have a bunch of people that just stabbed at you.
Oh, I
so
know.
does not.
I know.
Do either of you want to do anything?
I'm gonna take my bonded staff and whack. Actually, I'm going to summon my midnight spirit first.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you summoning them to?
I'm going to summon them. It doesn't specify a distance.
Yeah, I'm asking you where you want to summon it to.
Yeah, I want to.
It's your spell. Tell me where you want to summon it to.
I want to summon them on the other side of Knots.
Okay. 1 second. I will put it there. I'm just making sure I mark it so that you know it's your spirit and not you. So one with the blue dot is your spirit.
Cool.
Is that where you wanted it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Does that take an action, or do you just get to do it?
Spend a hope to summon an arcane spirit the same size as yourself that can move or carry things you can see until your next short rest. It doesn't say anything.
Okay, yeah, then you summon it. Is there anything else you want to do as part of that?
I'm gonna have it attack the one that's right next to Knots.
Sure, roll your attack roll. Your spellcast roll.
Okay. That's 15 to hit. With fear?
Hits. I will take that fear.
I'm sorry, it's not as much damage as the d10s. That's 8 damage.
All right. How do you take out this guy? What does it look like when your spirit attacks them and then they disappear after it attacks it? So what does that look like?
This spirit looks a little different. This one looks kind of like a ringmaster with a red cape and a top hat and like a baton in their hand, and she kind of whacks them with her baton. And as soon as they disappear, she's like, Grace and the spirit kind of just like, what the hell just happened? Why was that so easy? Kind of look.
And the spirit disappears also. The spirit is gone when you use it for an attack.
Yes.
Great. That it is still your guys' turn because I just took the fear. So
then
Knots.
yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I am going to spend hope to have Kavoon take a swingy swing at the one. Well, actually, let's do this fellow here.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to boost off of protective, because he is protecting Grace there.
Sure.
Doobie 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 doo. Damn. So that is 23.
With?
That is with fear. That was my damn. Because if it's hope, then I also get to go without spending an action token, and I'm not giving you fear. But hey, I'm going to take it anyway.
Yeah, it hits.
So that is 10 physical damage.
Yeah, what does it look like as Kavoon takes out this?
He just swipes this guy's like throat out, and the guy like stops and reaches up, drops his weapon, reaches up and tries to stop the bleeding, and then collapses. And I'm trying to like dodge under Kavoon to get to the other guy, and I'm not doing so.
Not doing so well. But that brings it to me. This guy is going to make a retreat, and you no longer see him.
That's right, you run away.
And as you say that, somebody pops out from behind you. And attacks. That's 14 hit.
It does.
6 points of physical damage.
Okay, let's see. Perfect.
Great.
I'm actually gonna.
What are you gonna do?
Nikes.
What are you gonna do?
Sorry, I got to look at my new armor because I forgot what it does. Oh, I am resistant to that, so no, that wouldn't make a difference. I'll just take it.
Okay. Jim, there are some blasts of light heading out towards you from the south southeast. That is a 21 to hit on the first one. And 20 to hit on the second one. I rolled really well on those. Oh, the first one is 10 points of magic damage, and the second one is 9 points of magic damage.
I'll take the first one. Do it since a stress to do. I'm your shield.
Sure. $10 points to Triss, 9 points to Jim. I think you get to reduce by your strength score though, so it's 7 points to Triss.
Yep, I'll mark my hit point.
I'm gonna spend an armor slot to take it down to 0 because my my hit point. No, my strength takes it down to 7, and then my armor is 7. So
Yeah, absolutely. You take nothing. It just clings off of your armor. But that is back to you guys.
that came from that southeastern corner, right? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yes. Both of those
Alright.
came from the southeastern corner. The only currently visible enemy is the one that just attacked not.
Trish is gonna go mage hunting.
Sure. Give me an instinct roll.
Uh, 19 with hope.
Yeah, take your hope, and you, as you start moving in that direction, you see 2 people that look like the people that threw magic at you, just your generic magic users. Their only like designation that they're different is they're like wearing like a purple like cloak scarf. But you can see 2 of them. You cannot see the other figures that are next to this guy, but you see these 2, so feel free as part of that instinct roll to attack one or both of them if you wish to.
Can I reach both of them?
You could get up to like here, which if you used your whirlwind, you might be able to get that other one. Because you're very close.
Yeah, let's do that.
So targeting this one, I'm presuming.
Yeah, sorry, I have to like switch back and forth every time. It takes me a second to like look at the map. Look at this.
Yeah, go ahead, roll your attack roll.
That was almost a crit. That is 14 with hope.
Hits, take your hope. Are you going to whirlwind to try and hit that other one?
Yeah, I'm
as
gonna
well?
immediately spend that hope to hit the to do whirlwind.
Go for it.
That's 16 points of damage.
Yeah. So 8 to the other one. Great. That first one is looking pretty hurt, but is still standing, and the second one is looking okay.
I think Jim is probably hot on Triss's tail.
Yeah.
She's found somebody who's responsible for all this magic pounding on me, and I want to return the favor.
For sure. You don't have to make an instinct roll. Triss is easy enough to follow up to the people. If you want to get up to the one that's further behind, you will have to make an agility roll. Otherwise, you can just get up to the other one.
Yeah, I think I'll spend my hope, unfold my wings, and rocket towards this caster with murderous intent. Roll my attack.
Absolutely.
Can we acknowledge how terrifying it would be to be chased down by a giant and a half mechanical monkey angel?
Yeah, with the wings and the glowing eyes, and yeah, the whole fog thing really got me. Where you're just like, it's all foggy, and all of a sudden your fists just light up as you're just like striding through at this guy. He probably was. He was probably wearing his brown pants afterwards.
Attack roll is 15 with hope.
All right. I will say, as you move into strike, they see you coming down at them, and whoop! They do a little baby teleport. You can still see them, but they go over there.
Sneaky, sneaky.
If you want to, You can give me an agility roll to try and continue the attack onto the same guy or onto the one behind him.
Sure, I'll see if I can do that. You just a agility roll, you said?
Yep.
All right. That
And
would
just-
be an 11 with fear.
Yeah, unfortunately, you try to like continue with them because they didn't move very far, but you just swing and miss. And with that, I'm gonna spend some of these action tokens instead of taking the fear. And this guy runs off into the mist. You're not sure where he is. And this guy runs off into the mist. You're not sure where he is.
Rude.
Rude. This guy comes out and jumps Jim. Does a 19 hit.
Does.
Am I close enough to take that?
Yeah, it's 9 points of physical damage.
All right, I'll take it.
6 points of physical to you. Make sure you spend that stress too. Then this guy comes out at Triss. Well, that's a natural 20, but I don't crit, but I hit. And that is 10 points of physical damage.
All right, I'll spend an armor slot to take it down to 3, which means is at 3 that I take nothing, or at 3 do I still take an?
At 3, you still take 1. You have to go below the number.
So I can give you a prayer dice to reduce that by 1 down to 2.
Oh,
Perfect.
And then you take nothing.
Nice.
And it's back to you guys.
Friends okay down there?
We got it handled.
All right.
Kill
So-
these bastards.
I guess Court will try to sneak up on this guy over here and try to stab him in the calf.
Oh, yeah.
Several
Are you
times.
trying to use your hidden ability, or are you just trying to sneak up and then
I'm-
stab?
Just walking up to him since I can't move
Okay.
with the hidden.
Yeah, go for it. Roll your attack.
Well, it's hope, but it's only a 13.
Sorry, let me pull up that guy's stats. Hits.
All right.
nice.
15 points of damage.
Yeah, how do you kill this guy?
Oh, Court walks up and just like stabs him in one calf, stabs him in the other, and as he falls down, he just takes his daggers and stabs him in the back. Or his thorns, I should say.
For sure. You guys are just slaughtering them, left, right, and center.
Again, was surviving the giant and angel to only be taken down by a mushroom.
Right?
It's my favorite
They
thing else.
underestimate the mushroom at their own peril. He'll straight up tenderize you.
So that was with hope, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still your
Cool.
guys' turn.
So Knots has had enough of being stabbed from over here. I have a bow in my hand, and so I like lower it down, pull the string with my foot, and then reach back and grab an arrow, knock it in there, and just like shoot him in the crotch with it.
Go for it.
That is 26? No. 14, 13, 25 with hope.
With take your hope, that hits.
So then this is why can't damage critical? 12 damage.
How do you kill him?
So we we see as the arrows erupt out of like his lower back area that there are two dangling balls that are carried off with it, and he just like looks down at where he shot him and crumples and dies.
Yeah.
What an image.
Yep, you're welcome. Well, that'll be on next week's t-shirt.
So your guys' turn. You can't see anybody right now.
Grace is just gonna spend a stress and reload her Unleash Chaos and have that ready to go just in case something is coming out of the woodwork. Because it looks like there are people coming out of the woodwork, but she doesn't see anyone right now.
And is there anything to the north of us that we can see that they came out of, or did they just like walk out of the fog?
Seemed like it came out of the fog, but you know that there's also like up buildings around, like ruined buildings that they could have been hiding in.
Okay.
Now these, at least the casters, they had been able to attack us when we couldn't see them. Is that right?
Yes, but only after they heard you and you gave away their your location. So you could make try and make a perception check, but mechanically on their turns I had them retreat and hide. So that's why you cannot see them. Their action was to hide.
Right.
So you could try and make a perception check in the way that those two retreated. You also know that there are some figures over here. You saw movement and light on the edge of your vision when you guys were up in the middle here. You saw some movement and light over here. So you know that there may be something over there as well.
So is this torch actually going, or is that part of the map?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
No,
cool.
I mean, it's part of the map, but it's actually going.
Okay. Thanks. This map by Chipaku. I mean, if
Well,
no
we
one
know-
else... Go ahead.
I was about to say, if we know there was things to the west, Court will try to start sneaking over there to get a sight on them.
Yeah, sure. Give me a finesse roll. See how well you hide, and then yeah.
Well,
Good.
nice, double ones.
Oh,
The
no.
advantage.
I saw the two ones and I'm just like, forgot it's a good thing.
Yeah. Critical success. You can clear a stress and gain a hope. Yeah, and you come over and you now on the edge of your vision can see what looked like one of the beefier fighters and just like a regular guard and maybe a magic user over by this fire over here.
I assume they're looking and trying to get bandages on us.
They're looking out, but they are not in an aggressive position right now. They look like they're searching and listening to what's happening.
Well, Court will... that's Court's turn.
I mean, if anybody else wants to do anything.
How many people are by Triss? Is it just the one? Or, because I can see, there's little figures on the map. But
Yeah, you don't see those. There's just the one guy that smacked you with a big club.
I mean, I'll just finish the job on him. Or at least attempt to.
Go for it.
I think I found my new favorite dice for this game. That is math 23. 26 with hope.
Nice.
It hits. Do your damage.
Terrible damage. 9 total.
Okay. Yeah, he just smacked you with a club. You just smacked him back with your axe. Still your guys' turn.
He's standing. I think Jim's ready to back Chris up and try to beat this guy to death.
Sure.
So he
Yeah,
comes
you can
probably
you can
swooping
move
in
over.
right over her shoulder, attacking at this guy.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 15 with hope.
Hit.
That is 18 points of magical damage.
Uh,
What was that?
how does Jim finish him off?
I think that Jim just absolutely caves his chest in. His lungs and heart and other organs are just indistinguishable pulp at this point, and he falls backwards to the ground. You may be on mute, Carly. I'm not hearing you.
I said absolutely.
No, it just must be not picking you up because I'm not hearing you either. Heard you that time though.
Like all the time, or
No, just
No, just
those
then.
couple of times. Yeah.
okay. Well, it's still your guys' turn. Although I think Court is the only one that can see any enemies at the moment.
So noticing this little shadow of fog moving through as the illuminations backlighting Court, I'm going to.
You don't notice because he was hidden.
Well, but I don't know what it is. I'm just making excuses here. You leave my story alone. I gestured to Grace.
He did a very good hidden roll.
And I jump up on Kuvun, and we're going to head this way to try and see what it is that's going on over here.
Give me an instinct roll.
I'm sorry, I always roll the fear. I feel like I'm the only one who just keeps fear upon Carly.
I did it too. You're not the only one.
Okay, good. That is a 13.
Yeah, you start moving forward. You do not see anything yet, which is freaking you out. So you're going to take a stress.
Stress. Take it.
But it is still your guys' turn.
Seeing Knots leave me, I'm going to very timidly walk forward. Do I get the sense that, like, I should probably be quiet?
Based on everything that happened, and your previous battle with the arrows attacking the loudest amount of noise, you get the sense that, yes, you should probably be quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to sneak around and try to find a friend.
Well, you can see Knots, because they did not try to hide. So you can see Knots and Kavun. They're within your vision right now.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to find Jim and Triss. And
Sure.
possibly Court, because from previous battle knowledge, Court is normally with Triss.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an instinct roll. You did hear noises of fighting down to the south.
Jim Court and Triss have become kind of like a little battle squad.
Yeah. That rolled for so long. 15 with hope.
Take your hope. And yeah, you start moving down here, and if you want to, you can get up right next to them, but you do see Jim and Court with a bunch of dead bodies around them.
Jim and Court?
Sorry, Jim and Triss.
Okay.
With a bunch of dead bodies around them.
Okay.
Feel free to move all the way up to them if you want.
Okay.
Like, as she got close, if we saw her, Triss would give, like, kind of a warning signal, since we don't know where those mages went. Like, quietly, but sort of like a cautious.
I'm gonna stay where I am. I just wanted to be, like, near them so that I could have eyes on them.
Absolutely.
And now I can see most of my friends.
Everybody except for Court.
I think as Grace is getting closer and Triss is sort of gesturing, because we've lost track of some of these combatants. Jim's gonna maybe do a few broad circles around the area, trying to find some of those folks that were trying to slip away.
Sure, give me an instinct roll.
That is a 9 with fear.
Yeah, you do not find anyone, but as you circle around and move to about here, I'm gonna take some turns. Because I have a bunch of action tokens. So 2 bolts of magic come out towards Jim. They're now visible to you. They are within close range. They just kind of pop out from behind some ruins, and they are now visible to all 3 of you: Grace, Jim, and Triss. They're off the edge of the map, but not by much. I think a 21 hits, and I think a 20 hits. So
Can I take
9
one of those?
points on the
Or is
first
he
one.
flying?
That's up to him to tell you whether he was flying or not.
Yeah, Jim's still flying.
Well, how high up are you flying? Because they are a giant.
I don't know. Not that high. Probably 15, 20 feet.
If you wanted to, you
I
could.
can't get above the fog or they're going to see me. Or I'm not going to be able to see them.
You can intersect yourself if you want because the magic is going up. So you could intersect yourself if you want. The first attack is for 9 points of magic damage, and the second one is for 7 points of magic damage.
I'll take the first one, and Trish just yeets her shield up and just blocks the magic.
So 6 points to Trish, 7 to Jim.
I'll mark 2 armor slots to negate that.
Absolutely. And then popping out also right in front of you, going at Triss this time, are the two archers that you see there.
Trish's favorite.
So that is a 16 to hit. And an 8 to hit.
Both of those hit. My evasion is 4.
Okay, the first attack is 14 points of physical damage. And the second attack is 15 points because I rolled really high. I got to roll d20s because they were hidden. And I rolled a 14 and a 15. So.
Alright, I'll mark 2 armor slots.
What's this? What's this?
Wait, I have. Remember how the rune thing works, Maggie?
You spend a hope. You spend a hope, and you can roll a d8 to reduce.
Sick. Okay. I am going to do that on one of them. You said d8?
Yep.
If you roll an 8, its power will temporarily end. But it is recharged for free on your next rest.
So 1. What were the damage numbers again?
14 and 15.
Okay. Math. I don't think that really helps me. I think I'll just mark 2 armor slots and 2 hit points.
Court, you notice the magic user move this way and throw a beam of light out into the fog at Triss, which is a 15 to hit.
Yes. Again, 4 evasion.
That's 6 points of magic damage.
Armor to just negate that.
Absolutely.
I spoke. I'm actually gonna take a stress.
Yeah, because you can mark a stress instead of using an armor slot. I still have 3 tokens left over, but I'm putting that back to you guys.
How big are these
So there's-
walls?
Oh, sorry, real quick. You see the 2 archers in front of you, and just off the edges of the map on the bottom and on the right, you can see the magic users. That's for Grace, Jim, and Triss. Are you talking about the walls directly in front of you, Court?
Yeah, like the building around these guys.
It varies from like only like a foot or 2 to like 7 to 8 feet.
Like 7, 8 right here.
Yeah, like the corners seem to be higher, and then this wall also, like this back wall, seems higher.
Do you guys want to go first, or do you want me to go?
Go for it.
All right. Court will spend a stress and will vanish from where he's at and just kind of move out of this guy's shadow from the fire. Just emerging from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then his shadow is going to like extend off and try to grab all 3 of these guys as I do shadow bind on them.
For sure. You have to make a spellcast roll. You can make that at advantage.
Okay. Why did it not? Oh, nice. Double 8, so that would be a crit.
Yeah, you can clear a stress.
Nice.
Oh, and you have pinned. I'm assuming using Shadowbind.
Yeah, I am using shadow bind, and it clears my 1 stress I used. And then I'm going to walk behind here and just spend another stress to become hidden.
Absolutely. And so those 3 figures are pinned and I believe it says temporarily restrained, correct?
Yeah, they're
On the way there.
restrained. Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So, seeing or hearing the kerfuffle that's down here, I'm going to nudge Kavoon towards where Grace went and go to here. Can I now see the fellows up there with the
you can
archers?
see the archers, and you can see the 1 magic user that's off to the right. You can't see the magic user that's down the bottom.
Oh, magic user. Screw that guy. Let's shoot him.
Sure. Roll an attack.
Well, at least it was with hope, but it was only at 11.
That misses. You can take your hope, but you send an arrow out, and they just kind of bring up like a flash of magic that like pushes it to the side, and they just stare you down because it now gets to be my turn because you missed. And they just shoot a beam of magic back at you.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
That will miss because it's Friday and they miss on Fridays. It was worth a try.
It's 9 points of magic damage.
Whew. I'm going to reduce that. Nikes. I'm going to reduce that. Problematic. Problematic.
This magic user that was from the bottom moves up here in between the 2 archers and pushes their hand out And so they're sending a wave of magic at both Triss and Jim. I don't think it's gonna hit Jim. It's a 7.
That does not hit me.
But it does hit Triss. So Triss takes 6 points of magic damage.
Cool. I'm gonna take a stress to negate that.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if you ever get full up on stress, because you do become vulnerable.
Getting close.
Okay. Yeah. These two archers scoot back. You can still see them, but they scoot back just off of the edge of the map in either direction, and shoot 2 arrows at Jim. One is a natural 20. The other is a 17. Which I think both of those hit. So the first is 8 points of physical damage. And the second strike is 6 points of physical damage.
All right. That first hit is just about enough to reduce Jim's leather armor to a little more than leather tatters, but it's not really protecting him much anymore. And the other one just slams into him. Jim is pretty close to death at this point.
Shit.
And that will bring it back to you guys.
Taking a potion is, I guess we don't really have like true actions, but
I believe it's a free action within the realm of reasonability.
I was gonna say, like, can I?
You
take a
can't like
stamina
down like
potion?
five
Yeah.
different potions and be like, I'm good now.
Yeah, I just want to take a stamina potion and then also attack.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
It's just a reduced by a d4, yeah.
And Jim, there are health potions within the existential grab bag that you can just say you had.
2 left.
That's a 4. Let's go.
I'm assuming you're attacking the wizard? Or is that your stress?
Oh, that was for my stamina potion.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, clear 4 stress. Congratulations.
Yeah, I needed that one. Okay, now, gonna get all up in the archers and the mage's business to see if I can whirlwind these bitches.
So there's one mage that's right in front of you that you can see on the map. Then there's one archer that's within close range that's off the down of the map. And then there's a mage and a archer off the right of the map that are next to each other. So those would be the only ones you'd be able to whirlwind. You would have to run past this mage to do that, though.
Okay, there's no, because I can only see one on the map right now. There's no way I can get all of them. It's either I get these 2 or these 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, because they're all like within close range of each other. Like just the way that they're positioned. Even if you like centered yourself, you'd only be able to get 2 at the most.
My range is currently very close, not close. There's a difference in that, right?
No, I know, but they are all with close. So even if you positioned yourself like so that they were both then close, because geometry, you would only ever be able to get 2. You could get this mage here and the archer down here, or you could get the archer and mage that are off to the right.
Cool. I'll just get the ones that are closest to me.
Yeah, you can position yourself close enough to both of them that you could target them both. Who would you like to target with the attack?
The mage.
Absolutely. So you move like down here. My map's not big enough. Sorry, guys.
All right. That is a 25 with hope.
Hit.
And then immediately going to spend that hope to do whirlwind. So.
Absolutely.
All right, that is a good roll. Let's go. Math. 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. So that's 10 points to the archer. Great. Yeah, so you swing through the magic user, and they manage to like push off and deflect like some of it away so that they, aren't completely bisected in half. But the way that they push it off like pushes it even harder into the archer, so the archer is dead. The mage, however, is still alive. Not looking great, but still alive.
I think.
Can I see the mage? Oh, go ahead.
I think once again, Jim is hot on Triss's tail. I think as he's pursuing her, he's gonna drink a health potion. And that's rolling 1d4, so I'm gonna clear 2 hit points. And then I will sort of try to come up behind Triss and cast Healing Hands. I will make my spellcast roll.
Yeah.
So that
Roll your
is
spellcasties.
that is a 19, which is good enough to meet the difficulty of 13.
Was it with hope or fear?
It is with fear. So
Alrighty.
I will mark my stress, and that is going to heal the target for 2 hit points or 2 stress.
What do you want?
I'm going to take it for hit points. So, Trish's armor is looking rough, but she herself is back to looking pretty good.
And then I think Jim is just going to sort of fly straight up into the sky, essentially trying to hide in the fog.
Absolutely. You can't quite get out of sight this round because of the movement to get up to Triss, but maybe next one.
I thought you were going to try
From
to
the ones
go
that are
up
on the
and
ground.
recharge like Superman.
From like the mage that's like directly on the ground. That mage can still see you in the air. Nobody else can.
How's everyone else looking?
Oh,
I mean, besides stressed out,
I'm not stressed.
are you beat up?
I have 2 hit points left and 2 armor slots left.
Okay. Is it still our go, or is it?
No, sorry, I have
Okay.
3 hit. Never mind. I'm
They
better
rolled
with hit points.
with
than I
fear.
thought I
So it is my turn. This
Oh, you're muted.
Made.
No, just kidding.
shut up.
I'm like, oh, can't hear
What was that,
Carly
Carly?
now,
Can't hear you.
right?
We win. Awesome.
Oh,
Shut up.
Did we win Daggerheart?
we win.
This mage is gonna move away from the big giant, and is going to release an attack on all 3 of you. Does a 12 hit?
Who is he attacking? Am I one of those 3?
No, that's Kavoon, Knots, and Grace.
the far people, not the close
gotcha.
people.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
Kavoon, but not myself.
Great. So just Kavun will take this damage. And Grace. Uh, 5 points of magic damage, which is just 1 stress for Kavun. For Kavun, not for you. 5 points of magic for Grace. Kavun only takes a stress every time he's hit. It's still my turn. The other magic user is going to send a bolt at Grace. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah.
There's no possible way I could take that, is there?
No, you're too far away.
Yeah, close enough.
It's 2
We're
points.
faster.
It's 2 points of magic damage. And the archer is going to send one out at Triss. Yeah, that'll hit. That's 7, but it'll still hit.
Indeed.
Spry like Boulder.
For 7 points of physical damage to Triss.
Cool, just gonna spend a stress, negate that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's back to you guys.
Well, Kavun does not like that fellow right there doing those things, and so is going to try and smoosh that fellow.
Yeah, go for it.
Critical. Double eights.
Nice. You can clear a stress. Well, Kavun can clear a stress, and you can gain a hope.
And so it's D6s, 2D6. So 12 plus whatever I roll, yeah?
Is it 2d6s for
Yes, for his
for
attack.
Kavun? Yeah. So it's 12 plus whatever you roll.
And I rolled 11. 23.
Well, how does Kavun destroy this guy?
Kavun's not super thoughtful about how, just more why, and so he just, swipes at the noise-making part that makes the magic happen, and so he swipes and just, takes off most of the wizard's head.
Yeah. You get a free action, though.
I do. So I look down, I pull out a healing potion, and I look over at Grace, and I go over and kind of half pull Grace down, half climb up on Kavun to get to Grace's mouth and feed it to her.
Grace is coughing up blood.
It's just D4.
It's a D4,
What?
yeah.
Well, that's four hit points.
You just... Grace stops coughing up blood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank God. I had 1 more hit point.
Well, you guys did walk into an ambush, so,
Nuts just hugs you.
But it's still your turn.
Are there any more
I want-
people around?
Yeah, there's the archer and mage that are off to the right, just off the edge of the map. They're all within close range of all of you.
I
That are
can
over
see
there,
them?
not Knots. Yeah, you can see him. Sorry, not Court. Court
Okay.
can see the 3 that he's been dealing with. The rest of you can see the archer and mage that are off the right of the map.
Okay. I'm still hugging Knots, but I stick my arm out and I'm gonna fucking unleash chaos on the
Which
archer on the archer that's attacking Triss.
Go for it.
Okay. That is a 13 to hit with fear.
Okay. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. That's 14 points of damage.
Yeah. How do you kill the archer?
I'm still like hugging knots. I'm still like bruised, and there's blood covering me, and my leather's in tatters. And I just stick my arm out, and I say, "This is why we can't have nice things." And I'm like not even looking at the archer. I'm just like dead stare, and snakes just shoot out of my arm.
Yeah. The snakes just gobble it up into nothingness. However, it is my turn. So that mage that is off to the right ducks behind something and is no longer visible. I'm going to spend some fear to activate some more action token. Let's see. Yeah. There are some bolts of light that come out from behind you and the side of you towards the group of Kavoon, Knots, and Grace. There's one heading towards each of you. Court, you can see one of them is coming from one of the mages that you've pinned.
Okay.
From the mage that you pinned. So to Kavoon, it is a 15? Does that hit Kavoon?
I'm like, who's Kavoon?
Kavoon is now cursed, so
No!
they can mark a stress to make your their rolls with fear instead.
Gotcha.
They can. It's a natural 20 to hit you, Knots, so you are also cursed.
Okay.
And that's a natural 20 to hit Grace. So all three of you are now cursed.
Does it really change
What are these
anything?
dice you're using?
Right.
I've rolled a lot of natural 20s today, guys. I've rolled pretty well today on my d20s. But it is back to you guys.
All right. I'll jump in here at this point. I think everybody's had a turn.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those are still restrained. So.
Yep. So Court's been playing shadow games with them and trying to make them paranoid. And he'll break his stealth as he moves up and stabs the wizard.
Yeah,
I'll get advantage. Yep. And I'll spend 3 hope on sneak attack dice.
Absolutely.
$16 advantage.
Hit.
I wish I could have crit on this one. Oh, that'd have been nice. 33 points of damage.
Yeah, how do you take this guy out in one blow?
Yeah, so the shadows that are like pulling at him rustle some leaves behind him, and so he turns around. And Court kind of jumps up and stabs one dagger in the thigh, and then pulls himself up to stab him on the left side, and then just double stabs him in the kidneys.
Yeah, Kavoon feels the curse fade off of them. Yeah.
We love our murder mushroom.
Right?
Da mushroom. It's still your guys' turn, though.
I want that last mage. I'm taking that shit down.
Eat him.
That mage did hide, so you would have to go searching for them.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah, no,
you can.
let's
But
go.
I'm just saying they are hidden. You cannot currently see them. So make an instinct roll if you want to try and go find this last mage.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that. Can I add Heart Guardian experience to this as like a tracking an enemy? Sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that is 16 with hope.
Yeah, you start moving through, and while you can find like footprints of theirs, you still do not know where they are, and you are off the edge of the map on the right now. Like more than that, but that's just so I don't lose your token.
They're so hidden.
It's almost like they have magic.
I disbelieve.
Do I see a place where the footprints stop, and can I just swing at it?
You do not. You currently the footprints still continue into the edge of the mist. Anybody else want to do anything?
What's
Still
Jim
your guys'
doing?
turn. Is Jim hiding in the mist?
Jim's a little tilted right now, but he's probably going to turn that frustration into violence over towards the screaming that Court was causing, and then abruptly stopping. So I think that's the direction that he's flying.
Yeah. Give me an agility roll.
Okay. "11 with fear."
I will take that fear. Yeah, this mist is like fucking with you guys like a lot, but you do manage to finally make your way over there after a couple wrong turns, so you will take a stress. However, you can still take an action against these shadow pinned enemies if you wish to.
Sure. Let's try pounding one of them into the ground.
Sure. Which one? One of them looks stronger than the other. The other one looks like maybe similar to those weak babies that you took out at the very beginning.
I think I want to attack the stronger looking one.
Go for it.
So rolling a critical success, double sevens.
Yeah, you can clear a stress, take a hope. You're just doing your arcane gauntlets, correct?
Yep. So I roll my damage dice.
And you can add 20. 3. Well, 23, because you have the +3 to it.
Okay, so it's 23 plus my roll.
Yep.
That's that is 38 points of damage.
So you swing into this guy, and with just a couple punches, he is rocked, but he is still standing in front of you, ready and able to respond. But it's still your guys' turn.
Okay, so I see Triss going on looking. Can I tell she's looking for the mage?
Yes. It's very obvious. She's like, where is this guy?
Can I use my arcane sense to like feel around for the mage?
He is not within close range of you. If you want to attempt to sense farther away, you need to make a spellcast roll.
I will make a spellcast roll and attempt to like help Triss out.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 15, and that is the most interesting roll. That is with hope, by the way, but I cannot take any more hope.
You can't sense him.
Okay.
Currently. You are not sure where he is. And since you did not meet the DC, that will bring it back to me in my turn, because you failed, even though you pulled with hope. Yeah, this big guy is gonna swing at Jim. It will be a
Gonna try to do something,
disadvantage
but I
because
think
they're
it's too late now.
restrained. What?
I was gonna do something, but I think it's too late now.
Yeah, she failed her roll. You could do it after I have my my turns.
No, it had to do with her failed roll because I keep forgetting I have a new ability and not using it.
What ability?
It's the lean on me is whenever someone near me fails an ability check, I can essentially just rev them back up and we both lose 2.
Does it have a range on it?
No, it just says once per long rest. If someone fails something they try, I can console them essentially, and then we both clear 2 stress.
Do that. That's fine.
Okay. I don't know if that's useful for you in this situation, but
I mean, clearing stress is always useful.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I say. That's
Think about it. We'll come back to it in a second. I don't think that hits because I rolled pretty awful. Does a 5 hit? Jim.
Who?
A 5 does not hit Jim.
Okay. Yeah, this guy that's pinned by the shadows tries to break out and swing an attack, but is unable to do anything. However, out of the mist, a bunch of arrows come streaming for you. So, does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. 12 hit?
Yes, that hits.
And, let's count. Yep, that'll hit. And the last one will also hit. So all 4 of those hit. The first one is 9 points of damage. The second one is 16 points of physical damage. They were all hidden, so I get to roll d20s.
And that second one is going to drop Jim. That's all 6 of his hit points marked.
Oh, so for the first time, we're going into death moves. The other 2 arrows will just swing past you because there's no killing you when you're down in this game. There are 3 options. You can go out in a blaze of glory, in which case you choose one final action that you want to do. We can work together on what that is, and it's an automatic critical success, and then you die. You can risk it all, in which case you roll your duality dice, and if your hope is higher, you come back to consciousness, and depending on what you roll, you clear some stress and hit points. If your fear is higher, you die. And the last one is I forget what it's called, but you go unconscious. You roll your fear dice, and if you roll at your level or lower, you will take a scar. In which case, that means you permanently lose a hope slot. Otherwise, you just stay unconscious until somebody heals you.
And I get to choose which one of those death moves we're going to pick?
Yep, you get to choose which one you want to do.
All right. Why don't we do the risk it all one?
All right. Roll your duality dice and
so worried.
let me know what you get.
All right. So I got a 2 hope and a 12 fear.
No.
So, explain to me how Jim goes in this moment. Whether he sees anything or what he's thinking about. What is this? What are these last moments like for Jim?
I think Jim he's furious and he's scared. The fog is all around him. He can't see the source of the arrows that are flying at him, that are tearing into his flesh. He can barely see his companions. I think as it becomes too much for him, the only thing that he can see are the enemies right in front of him and his companion Court. And I think that Jim's eyes just sort of lock onto Court's as he falls to his knees, and the light that animates him goes out.
So, I think this would be a great place to go to break.
Carly!
Thank you, Carly.
You guys are the ones that walked into a trap. I'm sorry. And then didn't run away.
That's
Anyways,
fair.
there are consequences to your choices.
She does have us on that one. However,
That's true.
we'll be back in a few minutes.
Court really should have tried to sneak around the guys and see if there was more.
That's right. Let's blame it on Court.
Yep. It's all Court's fault.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back. So, at break, or just before break, our wonderful Seraph, Jim, was slaughtered by arrows. But
Arrows that we would have avoided if Jim would have let us take a long rest.
no
I'll
time
take
to
equal
lose.
blame for the not having a long rest. That's on me too.
It is back to you guys. Court, you're the only one that knows that Jim has died. You felt it. In fact, you could use him to heal yourself if you wish.
No.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Luckily, I don't have any health down at the moment.
You just do it for the taste? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't need that
Terrible.
much iron in my diet.
But it is your guys' turn. Tress is currently searching for a hidden mage that Grace was unable to sense. I think Knots is just wailing in pain on the back of Kavoon. Yeah, Court, you just saw Jim struck by a bunch of arrows coming from out of the fog to the north.
Well, these guys are still restrained, right?
Yes, they are.
And Court's a little pissed off that they killed Jim at the moment. So he's going to try to sneak up here to see where these arrows came from.
Absolutely. Give me a finesse roll.
So that'll be 16 with hope.
Yeah, you are pretty quiet. Next, I'm going to need an agility roll to see if you get up close enough to see anything.
Well, I'm going to spend a stress. No, I was sneaking first, so that's fine. Agility. 19 with hope.
Yeah, so you start moving up north in the direction that the arrows came from, and you spot this group here. None of them look like archers, but you do spot this group here. You can continue moving forward if you want to try and find the archers.
Continue.
Yeah, you move forward, and you get to about here, and you can see the first archer. That's the only one you can see.
Okay.
So you can see that first archer on the edge there.
Okay. Oh, he's right here?
Oh no, that I don't know why he moved that.
Okay.
Charge!
Court will spend a stress and just come right out of his shadow up here. And
Yep.
I don't think they were expecting that, so I probably have advantage, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Who are you attacking? You're just attacking the one that you came out of the shadow of?
No, Court is mad at the moment, so he's going to Rain of Spores, these guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spend my last hope on the sneak attack die as well.
And what's the range on Rain of Swords?
It's very close, so it'll just be these three, I guess.
No, you'll catch the two behind them too. Sorry
Okay.
about the cars.
No worries.
Sorry about the
I was talking.
Boeing
I was
falling out of the
talking. I
sky
couldn't.
next to you.
I was talking. I couldn't mute myself.
I thought mine was bad too.
No, you can get all of them except for the very one in the back.
Okay. So that'll be 18 with hope.
Yeah, hits all of them.
All right. And let's see, I added one sneak attack die. 22 points of damage to all 5 of them.
Yeah, all of them are looking rough, but still up.
Okay.
Raggy. I just feel like maybe that's a bad thing, but you know.
We will kill you for Jim. He yells out.
2.
I'm like,
Yeah.
What?
It is still your guys' turn.
Wait, do we hear Court say that?
How loud do you say that, Court?
Court says it pretty loud, even though he's probably going to get aggro from it, but he's pissed off at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a little warbled. It's more like Jim.
What was that?
I think he says he needs to go to the gym.
I mean, he is a tough little guy, but we can always, make sure we stay in shape.
I don't know. You feel weird, right? Because, yeah. That mage
Yeah.
lightning thing.
Those icky, kind of, like in my tummy or something.
I got a weird metallic taste.
Is that what that is?
What?
Is there still a fellow over here?
There's a
Chris is
mage
looking
that
for.
I was trying to find, but
Okay.
I think hearing what sounds like Court yelling, Trish is like, that can't be good.
Right. I just want to make sure there wasn't that guy was like right there, and I was just like ignoring him as he melts us or something.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
do any of the group of 3 of you want to do anything in this moment?
Do you think
think
we
hearing-
should go find him?
I'll go check
Yes.
on Court.
Yeah, no, Trish is gonna hearing Court start yelling, and he's sneaky and quiet. He doesn't yell. She's gonna beeline it towards where we heard that coming from.
Okay, if all 3 of you are going to do that, I need agility rolls from all 3 of you, please.
This is gonna go super well.
I'm
That's
I'm gonna.
How
Can I
the
use?
fuck did that happen?
Oh my god! I'm gonna use my Captain of the Heartblades experience because I'm rushing to help a friend. That
Sure.
feels like it fits.
I don't know how that got cocked like that. It's like cocked on a point.
I got 16 with hope.
Okay.
I got an
15 with
11
hope.
Okay.
with hope.
What'd you get? What did you get? Grace?
11 with hope.
Okay. So Knots and Kavoon take the charge. And you guys get to here. And you cannot see Court. However, in this from here you can see two guys pinned by shadows and the very edges of what look like the feet of Jim. And then you can see this group of 4 guys here. Same, you get up right next to him and can see the same things, except you can actually see the unmoving body of Jim Triss.
Shit. Okay.
And Grace is following closely behind, but however, since Grace failed their roll, I get to go.
Woo! You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So you're in a mass of bodies, Court, and you just attacked a bunch of them. So they are going to attack you. So we'll do the archers. Archers first. One of those misses. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 8 hit?
No.
Okay, so you get hit by 2 of them from the archers. The first one is 9 points of physical damage.
Okay, I'll spend an armor.
And the second one is 4 points of physical damage.
Actually, it's 2 armor for the first. Sorry.
Yeah. Second, 4 points of physical damage. And then these 2 magic users also throw some bolts of magic at you.
Okay.
And an 8 doesn't hit, so only one of them hits.
Okay.
For another 5 points of magic damage. So that was 9, 4, and then 5. All separate instances. And they all kind of retreat, putting space away from you. And I am going to spend 2 fear, and those 2 guys are no longer restrained. That's your turn.
All right, so Knots looks around and sees all this, does not see Jim, does not see Court, but does see all these people, and is like,
My mom used to say, that's not gonna end very well. Most of the time she was right. But it's not gonna end well for them this time.
and we're gonna teamwork our flaming creepy crawler thing, right, Grace?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So
You see us ice cream.
So Grace, make sure you if you're doing Unleash Chaos, I think you need to spend another stress to re-up that.
I am.
Great.
And I am
both roll your rolls.
So I'm doing the
Yeah,
fire beetles thing.
Fireflies.
Oh, and I'm going to use so my this session's community card was Orderborn dedicated.
Ooh.
So I record 3 sayings that I was brought up with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using my hope die is a D20 for my that's not going to end well.
That's okay. Roll your duality dice and let me know what you guys got.
I mean, I don't know if it's okay. So 19 on the hope die, 3 on the other one. So 22 plus 2 is 24.
And Grace, what did you roll?
I rolled a 19. With hope.
I think you're gonna I mean, it's just a matter of who wants to take the hope. Probably the one that spent it.
Yeah, you take the hope. Because you had to spend it to help, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think you spent the 3 to initiate it, didn't you? Or did Grace initiate it?
I was gonna initiate it.
Okay, then yeah. Go ahead and you can roll your damage dice. And
Yeah.
paint a picture for what it looks like. And who are you sending it at?
So it's all of the guys in close.
So are you sending it at the guys down here? Or are you sending it at the 4 over here?
They're all in close, right?
Well, does it say like a group, or what is the specific wording on it? Because normally it's
Any
only
close
ones that are
enemies.
like. Let me.
So make a spellcast roll against any close enemies. On a success, spend hope to have the firefly swarm against them. Do 2d8 magic damage to all targets you succeed against.
Okay, yeah, then it'll do it against all 6 of them.
Kind of like Jesse.
Mine is
But
to
roll
a
your
single
damages.
target.
I know, but you're combining it with him, so
Gotcha.
roll your damage dice.
I did so much damage, guys.
What'd you do?
5.
Do we both roll, or is it a...
Yeah, you both
Okay.
roll damage. It combines together.
Yeah. 7.
Hell yeah. Let's
So you
go.
12 points of damage to all of them. So yeah, all these little baby guys are dead.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, at least. As the, like, burning creepy crawlers eat through them and they just turn to cinder and fall apart. I was like, that was awesome for our crap damage that's not going to do anything. So I feel better
I
now.
forget that they're such slow.
Right?
And then the guy that was pinned that's down here is looking really rough, but is still up. And
That
this guy's
sucks for
looking
him.
okay.
It's too bad for him. Maybe that's who Jim will come back and be.
But it is still your guys' turn.
Because Trish is the only one that sees Jim, and I think she's gonna yell at the others like, "Get to court!" and then is gonna book it towards what she does not know yet is Jim's body, but
Yeah. Are you just booking it to Jim, or are you booking it to the one guy that's still standing?
one guy that's still standing.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right, axe to the face.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 20, but with fear. It's the first time I rolled with fear, I think, this game.
Hits.
Cool. Great. All right. That is 19 points of damage.
Yeah, how do you finish this guy off?
Nice.
I think it's like because she's like running, has the axe in one hand, and like sees Jim's body, and I think it's almost more of like the focus isn't even this guy, and so one-handed just axe to the chest, and then not even paying attention to the fact that he's dead is going to drop down next to Jim.
Yeah, Jim is gone. Jim is dead. There is no ambient light in his mechanical eyes. There is no heartbeat. There's no breath in his lungs.
Yeah, I think because she would kind of like pick him up and like inspect and be like, "Is there any way?" And like, it was like, "Fuck." Oh. And then just is gonna like very gently set him back down, stand up, get her axe out of that guy's chest, and just kind of like look at his body and like, "I'll come back for you. Let's fucking end this."
You don't have any movement left, but
Yeah.
I think Court, Jason,
Yep.
you wanted to do something?
Yeah, one, do you remember what the rolls were for the damage? I forgot to roll the 2d6s by chance on the 3 hits.
On the 3 hit. Oh, are you talking about on your? Oh, yeah. I think you did like 20 damage.
No. When you attacked me, I needed to roll the d6s.
Oh, when
on
I
the
attacked
damage.
you, yeah. It was 9, 4, and then 5.
Okay,
But I also know the dice numbers if you want to roll your
yeah, I
dagger
did.
for each of
So
those.
2, 4 on the first one.
Yeah, you would only taken 5 points of damage on the first one.
Okay, then 2, 6 on the second.
Still would have taken 4 points of damage.
Okay, and 1, 5.
You would have taken nothing on the third one.
Okay, so I'll get 1 armor back from the first hit, and then 1 health back. Not that matters too much. But I'm going to move up and hit the wizard. I've
Every
got
little bit counts.
14 with hope.
Yeah. I don't think you'll get sneak attack on this one because they know you're there and you don't have anybody up there helping you.
That'll be 7 damage.
7 damage to the guy. Yeah, they're still up.
Okay,
But they're looking
that's fine.
very hurt.
I'm going to jump into his shadow, spin into stress.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to whisper to him first. I'm going to kill you and your friends. And then vanish up into here, and I will become hidden.
You spending another stress to do that?
Yes.
Awesome.
He's so creepy.
Sounds great. That is still your guys' turn, though, because you rolled with hope.
Alright. Triss is gonna march back out, and she's like passing by, and she's gonna shout to. It's like to inform everybody. She assumes that she doesn't know if Court knows. I think she's gonna assume that Court knows, but it's also sort of gonna be like an intimidation for anyone else within hearing range of them. Where she's gonna like shout into this, like, they killed our friend. Do not let them see the light of day.
Yeah, if you want to give a presence roll, you absolutely can.
Sick. I'm gonna spend a hope to add large and in charge to that one.
Can do, Buckaroo.
Come on, do something cool. Ooh, not as much. That is 13.
Certainly. And Court, you can definitely hear what Triss is saying. The only person visible to you right now, Triss, is the big guy to your left, and doesn't seem to have any effect on him. Was that with hope or fear?
Fear.
Okay. Yeah, that brings it back to me. So this guy, seeing you slaughter that other guy, is fully just going to run around you and come around the back here and is going to attack Knots. They're gonna try and grab Knots and pull them off of Kavoon and just like grapple the heck out of Knots. So that's another natural 20.
I'll take it.
Sure. You want to get in there? Spend your stress? Okay. You will take 6 points of physical damage.
Okay. It's reduced by 3.
Yep, so it's 3 points of physical damage.
That's like right on my minor. That's so unfortunate. Oh wait, I have gracious thing. Can I use that again?
Yeah, you can spend a hope to use it.
Let's go. I will absolutely do that. 6. Sick.
Take nothing.
Hell yeah.
I just have a quick question. Like,
Uh-huh.
rules-wise, and it wouldn't have changed anything in what just happened, but for future reference, if somebody's attacking me and I'm on the moon, and I have these experiences like Protective or Trusted Mount, can I use those to boost my evasion?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a thing
can
that worked or not. It's just like
No, you can-
their actions, right?
Yeah, they're like your experiences. You can only use them to boost action rolls.
Well, see, okay, so these are the moon's experiences, but yeah, I was just wondering if he could do something kind of like what Triss does with the reactions and stuff. I was just curious. Thanks.
She has a special ability, kind of like your nimble.
Yeah.
That's what adds to your evasion. She has a special ability that allows her to take damage. I am going to spend another action token, and as you step in to take the damage that would have gone to Knots, they turn around and go for Grace.
I just realized that I've been talking as Knots, haven't I?
That was pretty
Yes,
good.
I glanced down and I'm like, oh.
Sorry. That's a 9. Does a 9 hit?
9 is my evasion score.
How was Grace looking?
I think Grace is looking okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So far.
Okay.
You are currently grappled by them, and you are restrained and vulnerable.
Okay.
And with that, 2 beams of light come out towards you, Grace.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Before we lose the second party member.
No.
Don't say such things. Look, you guys didn't run away. It's not my fault.
I'm just following my party members.
I'm following you.
It's a natural 20.
I'll take that one.
You
I'm-
are just outside of range to take from her.
No. Oh shit.
Yeah, she's 15 feet away. Just outside of range. Like,
Oh.
a little bit. That was another natural 20.
Oh my god.
So many natural 20s, it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
The first one
dice.
is 10 damage. I've been
Okay.
rolling the Aurum and Laudna dice this whole game.
Oh my god.
And they've both been giving me lots of 20s. Like, they haven't just come from one dice. It's been like
Yeah.
so it's 10 magic damage from the first one, and it's 2 magic damage from the second one.
Okay. What about the third one? Because doesn't meets it beats it for
There was only 2.
There's only 2.
for only 2? Okay.
The 9 was the guy that grabbed you, that made
Gotcha.
you restrained and vulnerable, which meant that they got to roll with advantage because they had 2 sources of advantage and 1 source of disadvantage. Because unlike
Gotcha.
D&D, where it just cancels out, it's if you have more sources of advantage, you still get to roll with advantage. If you have more sources
Gotcha.
of disadvantage, that's their fun thing. In that, like, if you have 3 sources of advantage and 1 source of disadvantage, like, you still have advantage. You don't. Well, 1 disadvantage doesn't cancel out all the other.
Gotcha.
All the other reasons. Yeah. So he is currently grappled onto you. 2 beams of magic have slammed into you. But it's back to your guys' turn.
Not dead yet.
Question.
Yes.
If I was right here, I could hit all 5 with very close, right?
You could, but sorry, these guys took their turn and I did not move them. This guy moves this way. And this guy is about like 10 feet off the map that way.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I think I have more space on the map. Sorry, there is more space on the map. There, he's over there.
Okay.
You would. The answer is yes, you would have been able to, but they did move as part of their blasties.
Okay. I still got 4 there, and those are the 4 I care about, so.
Yeah, go for it, Court.
Court's going to move down here. Because I'm coming out of stealth, I have advantage on this attack, and I'll spend 2 hope to Rain of Spores again.
Absolutely.
Wait, 14 hope?
Hits.
Okay. Roll the 3d8. 19 points of damage to each of them.
Nice.
Is it 3d8?
So 1d8 sneak attack, 2d8 base.
I think sneak attack is d6.
Oh, is it d6? Sorry. It is, sorry. I've been rolling d8.
No worries. I was like, for a second I thought you were presuming they were vulnerable, and I was like,
Oh, no. So I'll roll 1d3 to see which is the sneak attack on there. Alright, so the 8, I guess, will be the sneak attack. That'll be the replacement. Alright, so it'll be 2 last. So 17 damage to each of them.
yeah, how do you... what does it look like as all of these archers are choking on your spores to death?
Yeah, like he just sprays these things out and yells, "For Jim!" And like their bodies are just like getting these necrotic spores all over them. That's just like eating into them.
Yeah. So you took your action, and normally it would be your guys' turn, but I'm going to spend a fear to interject. And I'm going to spend another fear for a couple more action tokens. And these 2 mages that are still alive and can fully see you now, because you just attacked all these guys, are going to send blasts of magic at you.
Alright, not a problem.
A 9 and a 12.
Both miss.
All right. And they keep running. And so they are no longer visible to you. And it's back to you guys.
I think Triss would yell to Nas, like, "Get to Court!" and is just gonna, like, wail on the guy that's holding Grace.
Go for it.
Alright. That is 19 with fear.
Where do you move to get up next to him?
Like, I don't know, wherever I can reach him. I guess I assumed, like, if I yell for Knots to move and she does move, then I would step into that area.
Yeah, but if you're taking your turn before they start moving, maybe you just move around them. And
yeah, that works
them.
too.
Yeah. What did you roll to hit?
A 19 with fear.
Yeah. It hits.
Smoosh him.
That's 16 points of damage.
Oops, sorry, looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, you take a nice little chunk out of him. And in retaliation, he just stares you down and starts squeezing Grace harder. And so... Oh, she should have taken more damage from this attack, so it's fine.
You can add them on now.
So, I think the first one hits because your evasion is 9. So you're going to take... Well, I rolled really high. 12 plus 2. And because she's restrained, so what I forgot to do with the magic attacks is that she takes double damage while she's restrained by this character. So I forgot to do that on the other attacks. So this attack is 24 points of physical damage.
Can I take any
Brace
of that?
down.
Or is it because she's like, oh fuck?
I would allow you to give me a strength roll to try and use I Am Your Shield, but since she's currently like grappled by this guy, that's why it's like not an automatic.
Okay. No, that's valid. I'll do that.
Go for it. If you do succeed, you'll only take half the damage though. So.
Okay. That is 23 with hope.
Nice.
You could take that hope. You succeed, you take 12, which for you would then be reduced to 9. You still take 12 grace points.
Okay.
Still down.
God damn it.
Like unconscious?
So,
Like you get 0?
Grace.
Like I'm at 6 of 6.
So Grace, you gotta choose a death move.
You get to make the same decision I did.
Says the disembodied voice. Ah!
You can hear Jim in your mind saying,
My best friend.
I just went through this. It's your turn to choose. And so yes, you can choose Blaze of Glory, auto critical success on some move of your choice if you wish to. You can avoid death, in which case you roll your fear dice and you potentially take a scar or not. Either way, you don't die, you're just unconscious. Or you can risk it all to come up to consciousness or die.
I'm gonna roll a fear die. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna risk a scar.
Okay, yeah, roll your fear die. If you get a 4, sorry, you guys are level 3. If you get a 3 or lower, you will take a scar, which means that you lose a hope slot.
And even though you hear Jim in your mind, you see knots.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, yeah, so you are just unconscious.
Okay.
But currently out of the combat. So, yeah, guy was holding her, crushed her, turns and looks at you as she slumps to the ground. In this moment, you're not sure if she's dead or not because you haven't checked on her, but she is slumped to the ground and isn't moving. And, starts to, run this way. It's your guys' turn.
Jesus Christ.
Where did those bolts that hit Grace come from?
Over is platform area direction north.
Okay.
Northwest.
Gotcha. All right, I'm going to climb down off of Kavoon. Tell Kavoon to go get Court and bring him back here. Move Kavoon off of me so I can move my token. And give Grace the last healing potion.
For sure, you can absolutely do that. Also, give me a spellcast roll to see how well Kavoon follows your directions.
Get out of here, D20. You're in my way. Critical! Double 5s.
Yeah, Kavoon is off to the races and has come up behind you, Court.
All right.
And that's 2. Healing.
So
to
yeah,
Grace.
you come back to consciousness and you clear 2 hit points.
Court's going to try to sneak to the right. The wizard on the right is the one I hit multiple times, right?
Yes.
So he's going to try to sneak to get him back into sight, since he's in the
Point of
fog, right? Okay.
Point of clarification: do I have a scar or no?
Not. So you still have all of your hope slots.
Okay.
Yeah. Quartz really wants this wizard dead, so that's a
Yeah.
24 on the stealth.
Okay, well, so wait, are you trying to just sneak up, or are you just trying to get to him to where you can see him?
Right now, I'm just getting to where I can see him, just trying to move
Okay,
as
yeah,
quietly
so
as I
that's
can.
going to be an agility roll. I mean, you're probably still going to succeed based on what your numbers were,
11,
but
10, yeah, so 22.
yeah, so
And that's
you get up to here, and you can see him, and you've moved quick enough and well enough that you could move up closer if you want to, as part of some other action.
Yeah, if I can get up to him. I'm coming out of the mist where you couldn't see me, so I should have advantage on the attack, I'm assuming?
He could hear you.
Okay.
So I will say, in this instance, unfortunately not.
Okay. Do I get close enough to attack him?
Yeah, sorry, you can get right up next to him to attack him.
Okay. I will attack. That is a 17 with fear.
Hits.
All right. 8 points of damage.
Yeah, how do you take him out?
Yeah, so Court comes running out of the mist and like just stabbing wildly at him and slices at his tendons. And as the guy falls, Court lowers down and looks at him. I told you I was going to kill you, before he plunges the dagger in his throat.
Are you going to use your reaction or not?
Yeah, let's go ahead and spend 2 hope and desiccate this corpse.
Do it. That does, however, bring it back to me. So this guy disappears away from everything, and so does this guy. This guy is also no longer visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Kaboon just keeps following you. Court.
I do tell him to go get Court, so Kaboon's trying to like.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he's
him,
like.
Right? I grab Grace and just like covered in tears.
We need to get out of here. We can't do this.
That was to me.
It was out loud to both of you, but like I'm like holding Grace and just crying and waiting for Kaboon to come back, and every so often glancing off towards where you told me, where Triss told me or told us that Jim is.
I'm just coughing up blood.
Just can you get Jim's body? We need to take him back.
We will. We won't leave him behind. Looks like they've ran off, and I don't like leaving a job unfinished, but we need to regroup.
Easily enough, you guys can regroup wherever you want. There are a shit ton of dead bodies around here. Just as you like correlate your knowledge from the fight, you would know, at least from what you saw, 2 mages and 1 big guy retreated successfully. Whether there were other people that you didn't see that retreated, you don't know, but from what you saw and then lost sight of, 2 mages and a big guy.
Just glancing around at the bodies, are there any like potions on any of them?
This is an excellent question.
Thank you. I tried.
I will have each of the 4 living people roll me a d4.
A D4?
A d4.
4.
2.
1.
Hey, not.
Yeah, you find 5 health potions and 3 stamina potions from your initial searching.
I'm definitely going to usher one towards Grace. How is Triss looking?
Good question. Her armor is rough and she looks stressed, but she's not particularly beat up.
Oh well, I've got a potion for that if you'd like. A stress potion.
I mean, I'll take it to put in my inventory, but I think for right now I'm okay.
Okay.
You said 5 health, 2 stamina, or 5 health, 3 stamina?
5 health and 3 stamina. He handed a health to you currently.
Thank you.
I'm just going to put these in after I math poorly. I'm putting them in the pool.
Yeah. So Grace, you can take that health potion. Otherwise, you can add to the group pool 4 healths and 2 staminas, because I think Triss took one of them.
Right. So now with all of that math happening, there's 4 stamina in the pool with you having one in your inventory, Triss.
Okay.
I took the health potion and it was 2 health.
I also am going to go ahead and just pop the cork on one of those health potions.
Uh-huh.
That's a 1.
So we will return in the aftermath of this battle and the death of our friend and whatever else may come from the wonderful horrors brought to you by the Whaling City. Thank you, Chepeku, for the beautiful map today in which our player characters suffered. Hey, you guys made choices. That's all I'm going to say.
Choices were made. It's true. It's true.
Well, he roped me into this.
Yeah. And so we'll see what happens next time.
Does Court make it back to us with Kavoon, or are we staying separated?
Yeah. You guys regrouped together.
Okay.
Yeah, Court comes back covered in blood from his enemies and stuff. Obviously not.
Just
are we burping around Jim?
Yeah, I think
we
so.
can decide that. We can decide that. You guys basically have finished a fight. You looked over some of the dead bodies next to you, found some potions, handed some potions, and that's where we've left off.
Okay. All right. Hey, does anyone have stuff going on coming up? Exciting things to share?
No.
No. Well, if you're watching, please make sure to go over and follow all of our fantastic players, see what they're up to, and we'll see you next Friday for the next episode of this at 8 p.m., but also tune in on Wednesday for the next episode of For the Horde of the Dragon Queen, which will be at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody, and thank you all for playing. Thanks, Ed. We love Jim.
Thanks, Ed.
Looking forward to meeting your next fellow.
Court's always going to wonder if that gear would have made the difference.
I know, right?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you next time. We're going to raid. Also wanted to shout out to Raven for being our top-tier Great Worm supporter on Patreon. And we're going to raid over, I think Vulcan Myth is still going. They are. let's go catch some Vampire the Masquerade action.
If you needed bleak, you're about to get it.
Right? This is some aftercare, or we were the pre-care, and they're the no. Wait, something.
We were the rainbows and sunshine.
That's right.
Yikes.
All right.
Please.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. See you next time.
Take care, bye.